October baseball doesn't officially start till tomorrow, but the Wild Card Series still got going today. And our Tyler Segerman took in Game 1 between the Tigers and Guardians. He's got the recap from Cleveland.
Tyler Segerman here with you from Progressive Field, where Game 1 of the AL Wildcard Series between the Detroit Tigers and Cleveland Guardians wrapped up. Now, you couldn't have picked two more polarizing paths to get here. Detroit limping into the playoffs and getting that final playoff spot after a slumpy September. Meanwhile, the Guardians completing the largest comeback in MLB history, nabbing another AL Central crown. Fans lining up 3 hours before first pitch as eagerness surrounded Progressive Field, mainly because most, if not all, Guardians fans didn't expect this to be a reality just 2 months ago, yet here we are. Cleveland and Detroit squaring off for the second consecutive postseason. Guardians won that series as they've had the last two recently. Yes, this is the third time in 3 weeks these franchises are squaring off. Now, you saw Spencer Torkelson getting some field work in pregame. Well, here he is, first at bat with 2 outs, rips the second pitch he sees into left field, and brings home Kerry Carpenter for his first RBI in 10 days. Detroit with the early lead. Fourth inning, home team now with a chance to strike. Gabriel Arias with a chopper over the mound. Tarek Skubal finally gets to it, but Angel Martinez ain't stopping. Throw to the plate, a photo finish. So much so they call him out initially, but upon review is deemed safe. Late stages we go, still tied. Tigers pulling out some small ball. Zach McKinstry with the squeeze bunt to score Riley Green from third, and Detroit back in front, which is where they would stay thanks to Skubal, who ends up with 14 strikeouts, tying a playoff franchise best, and the Tigers take Game 1 by the final of 2-1.
It means a lot to take the ball Game 1. To have the trust of our whole organization, teammates, coaches, coaching staff, it means a lot. And it doesn't really matter how we got here. We got in, everybody's in the same boat, and we're up 1-0 in a best of 3.
Small things in close games, especially in the playoffs, matter, and the ability to execute a secondary pitch to get a funky swing created a sequence of events that led us to a 1-0 lead in a 3-game series.
Backs have been against the wall for 3 months. What's one more day? Like I said, the way Tarek Skubal threw the ball tonight, I don't know if anybody's scoring off of him.
So Detroit now sits 1 win away from advancing to the divisional round. Guardians, on the other hand, they're going to have to win 2 straight here at home to keep its season alive. Game 2 is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. For WTL 11 at Progressive Field, I'm Tyler Segerman.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Now, the Tigers and Guardians not the only teams in action today, and Cleveland not even the only team from Ohio punching a ticket to the postseason this year. In the National League, the Cincinnati Reds are in Los Angeles and currently, as we speak, in the middle of Game 1 of their wild card series with the Dodgers, where they currently trail 10-2 in the 8th. Sorry, Jeff. Now, Cincy did make the playoffs back in 2020, but this is their first time in the playoffs in a full season in over a decade. In fact, this is the first time Detroit, Cleveland, and Cincinnati have all made the playoffs since 2013.